Hello, you guys. This video I think is going to be the second one that I show you guys, the second one that comes out. So you will see, I think, my altar cleanup first, and then you will see this one. There's not going to be very much visual things, I think, for this video. So feel free to just throw it on in the background and just listen to me as a little, I almost said audiobook, as a little podcast. I am cleaning up after filming a video that you guys will see later about some of the scarier cards in tarot. But right now, I just want to give you kind of a end of year wrap up, because as I'm filming this, it is December 31st, 2023. We are at the end of the year. And I just want to talk about like some big changes. I want to wrap up the year with like what I'm bringing into 2023, what I'm leaving behind. No, what I'm bringing into 2024, what I'm leaving behind in 2023. Some really nice, wild things have happened in my life, and I want to talk about those. So this year was a wild one for me, but it was also like there were some really, really high, great moments. And I think one of them was like just connecting and finding myself a little bit more, my path a little bit more. So in July, I started working with started connecting with the Egyptian pantheon, and have been since. And I really feel strongly connected to them. And I do feel like, did I say Egyptian? I do feel like that is the path that's meant for me, at least for right now. It feels like probably for a long time. I have a lot of different beliefs, and I believe that all of the gods that have been worshipped, and maybe even ones that haven't yet, are real in some sense. They are spiritual beings. So I felt called when I was a little youngling, and new to not very new, but maybe a year or two into my practice of like witchcraft and spirituality and stuff. I started trying to connect with the Hellenic, the ancient Greek pantheon. And that was my first dip into deity work. And I liked it, but it did feel like there was a course that it was running, and it had run its course, and that I dragged it on longer than it was meant to, because I was nervous and I didn't want it to end, and I didn't want it to be finished. I thought that was what I was supposed to be doing. That's who I was supposed to be connecting with. And when I felt like the relationships were ending and that it wasn't fully clicking, I felt like it was a talking on me. So I thought it was kind of a failure on my part. But after this year, I realized that it was just preparing me for what was to come, for the pantheon that was really meant for me. And this past year, 2023, I found my pantheon. I found what feels really right for me, which is Kemeticism, Kemetic, ancient Egyptian gods. They just feel really right to me. And so I'm adopting that into my life. That's something that I'm picking up on, and something that's really been quite important to me, and it has been a really big change for me, because when I was doing the ancient Greek stuff, it felt like I was forcing it. It felt like I couldn't figure out how to incorporate those gods, those beings into my life. But with this, it feels so natural. It feels so easy. And I'm always excited and inspired to do things to connect with them. And I don't think that was how it was with the Greeks. All right. I got interrupted and lost my train of thought, but that is one of the most exciting things I think that happened to me this year, is really finding them and growing in this connection that I desired, but I wasn't sure it was something that was going to happen for me. And it totally is. It just, it's amazing. And it's really cool when things like that click, because I've watched so many videos about people talking about like working with their deities and guides and ancestors and stuff. And I just wanted it to be me. And now it is. So I kind of want to start talking a little bit more about that in the future. Maybe that'll be something that I talk about in this channel. I want this channel to be more than just tarot, and I think that it is a little bit, but tarot is the main thing I think comfortable talking about right now. So we will see how that changes and evolves in the future. Okay, so lots of wild things happened to me in life, and you may have heard about that. You will hear about that in the next video, so I don't feel like I need to reiterate it here. Just some wild life things that have like put my video and creative processes like kind of on pause. But I feel like I'm working through things, I'm moving past stuff, so hopefully I can get back into the swing of things of just recording regularly. And yeah, so that was a big change this year. I mean, I think that I've been filming for a year now. Well, I've been making videos for over a year. I've had this YouTube channel for over a year. That's been so exciting. Just being with you guys and talking to you guys and making videos and having that like discourse and dialogue has been so much fun. And I feel like all of the videos that I make and having those like really interesting comments from you all has been so much fun. And it does feel like a really great little community like that we've created so far. And I love that so much. So that's something that we have built together. It's definitely not just me. I'm the one making the videos, but you all are the one who's making it a community. So thank you for that. I really love doing this with you all. I don't know. I have grown and changed the way that I do my tarot journaling. I think that I made plenty of videos on that, but there is something that I want to start adding to my tarots, to like my journal entries when I do my tarot stuff. I want to make a section in my journal at the top for each reading that is just like I think I want to do five key points from the reading. So if I am looking back on it, I don't have to read through the whole reading. I can just get the key points, important things that feel bigger to me from that little bullet pointed section. I haven't done that yet because I really haven't been tarot journaling. What I've been doing lately is either taking a picture and just audio recording stuff or filming. I haven't really been journaling. And I think that journaling sometimes just takes too much energy. And I just need to get the thoughts out. And then I go through phases with everything. I go through phases where I'm feeling inspired and record videos. I go through phases where I'm feeling inspired and I journal a lot. And then I go through other times where I just don't have the energy and I just need to get this reading out. So I just record it for myself. And I think that that's also something that I've started doing since really making these videos with you guys. I feel like I get a lot out of recording my thoughts, and it takes me some time. It like helps me to slow down when I'm doing my readings, and I can look at the readings more. Like, I did a reading for myself, and I just took a picture of it, and I was recording just audio of what I was seeing in the cards and like how I was interpreting the reading, because I usually go back to those recordings and I will journal, like make journal entries based on those. So I like to have that. That's like kind of my initial thought. And then when I'm journaling, I will come to more conclusions. I will discover new things. But I realized that when I record stuff like that, even if it's just for myself, it forces me to slow down my readings and actually take a deeper look at the cards, and I find new things from them. Like, here, let me just pull out the card that I am thinking about, because for this reading, it like made me have a whole new meaning for this card. So the Five of Earth was the card that came out for me that I was really kind of confused about, and I didn't understand what it was trying to say in the context of the reading. And then I looked, and I'd never seen this before. I looked and realized that this tree, what is planted in the ground, is wilty and is lacking. Maybe it needs more water, maybe it needs more nutrients. Like, something is happening in this tree that's planted in the ground, the wider world, that it needs something that it's not getting. And this little tree, who's planted in a pot, is thriving in her little contained thing. And that the reading for that for me was talking about not looking at the full picture of like everything super big, but look to just myself, like day to day tasks and things to progress instead of getting overwhelmed by the vastness of everything. So just recording my thoughts initially helped me to spend more time looking at the cards instead of just writing it off and being like, oh, I don't understand what this card means. Like, I'm just going to bypass it for now. And like, hopefully when I return to my readings, I'll like come back to it and understand what it means. First of all, I never return to my readings. I always say that I'm going to, and I always have the intention to, and I always want to, but I don't. It takes too much time, and I just am always like forward moving. So I don't look back. Reflection is something that I struggle with, if you can't tell me rambling about this random stuff as like a reflecting video. So taking more time during the reading at the time helps me get through those blockages that I would just completely bypass and be like, oh, I just don't understand it. So like, let me just ignore this card. Instead, when I record my thoughts, when I take more time in the reading, little things like this show up for me, and I gain a deeper understanding of the cards. So I really like that, and I think that's something that I need to continue with, is slowing down with my cards. The next thing I'm going to try and do is actually slow down without having to record stuff. I love recording my thoughts and stuff though, so I probably won't have to do this, but it's something that I want to practice, is being intentional with my tarot cards and giving them the time. So I think what I'm going to try and do next year is play more with my tarot cards, like just have them out, shuffling them all the time, and looking at just one card. Like, if a card comes out while I'm shuffling and playing with it, stopping the shuffling instead of just throwing it back in, stopping it and taking a look at it and trying to find something new from it, trying to gain a different understanding of it instead of just looking at it and seeing the same thing that I see all the time, which is the cat or like the hand grabbing. Like, that's all the stuff I always look at. But like, I don't really look back here. What are these little yellow flowers back here? Or like this one right here. There's lots of different things. And I can always be learning from these cards. And I think that that's something I want to try and do more next year. So the way that I create a word of the year and stuff like that is I like to do it for my birthday because I feel like, I don't know, I do my year ahead readings on my birthday and stuff. I just feel like my birthday is the more important yearly mark for me than just the changing of the calendar. My birthday is when I do my year ahead reading. My birthday is when I calculate the card that will be from this birthday to the next birthday. Like, I just think that birthdays are more important. So I already have my word of the year. I have 2 word of the years picked out, and that I have already started working with. My birthday is in August, and I have been working with these words. I don't think that they've really set in until this month, but they are starting to sink in. And each time I pick words of the years, I just randomly do it. And I'll just it's just whatever I'm feeling in the moment. I take time to think about it, and I take time to put my energy into it. So this year, the words that I've chosen 2. The first one I chose was intentional. And I want to that is a word that I think I want to claim and start really implementing. I want to be so intentional with my actions. I want to be intentional with my words. I want to be aware and in the present moment. That's what I think intentional is for me, is being present, being aware of life and all of those things that I usually am too speedy to notice. I speed past things. And yeah, so I think that's what intentional is for me, is I want to slow down. I don't want to speed through life anymore, and I want to take things in. It's a time of stopping, at least for what I am picturing is going to be spending less time on my phone, or being intentional about the time that I spend on my phone. If I catch myself scrolling online, I'm going to stop, because I just don't know that that serves me very much anymore. I mean, has it ever? But I want to be intentional about the videos that I watch, instead of just watching binge watching YouTube videos just to have something in the background and to turn my brain off. I want to look at the video and say, oh, this is something that I am feeling drawn to. Let me watch this, and not feeling called to watch a ton more videos, just watching the one video that I set out to watch and then just stopping. That is kind of how I want to be more intentional, and just soaking in the time that I have with people, and really reminding myself to be in the present moment, instead of always to be jumping forward, just to accept what moment I'm in and really feel that moment as much as I can, which leads me to my second word, which is feel. I want to really feel all my feelings. I really want to, instead of analyzing stuff all the time, I just want to be in my body and to feel everything, to experience the world around me in this being. Those are just the 2 words, and I think some of the ways that I am using them, planning on continuing to use them. And I think I'm going to just use my the word feel to see. am trying to tap more into feeling energy. And so listening to my body more, being intentional, listening to my body, slowing down, stopping all of the distraction, and just kind of trying to be in the present moment is my biggest goal for this year of my life, I think. This has been a really rambly-ish type video. I just feel like I dumped a bunch of random stuff on you. But I don't know, I think that's how it is sometimes. Things have been really weird for me lately. It's just been a weird season. Fall and winter have been weird so far, even though winter just started. But this is a note for the next video. If you all end up watching the next video after you've seen this one, the tower, I did my grand tableau for winter, and the tower was in the position of the world. So I'm hoping that means that all of this weird tower energy I've been feeling for over a year is finally on its way out. And this is like the last hurrah of the tower, because I really hope that's the case. Okay, that's all I've got for you right now. I hope you're all doing well. I have missed hanging out with you, and for sure, this is where we're gonna get back into it. I am feeling really excited, and I think that things will start moving again for me. I'm gonna be more inspired. I'm gonna make more videos, hopefully. And even if I don't, like, you guys will still get sporadic recordings from me, sporadic videos from me, and they will always be ones that I do with a purpose in mind. Like, I don't like recording videos just for the sake of recording videos. I always record my videos because I have something I want to share with you. I have an inspiration. I have like a new revelation that I want to get down and document. There's just lots of things. There is always a reason. I'm always intentional with the way that I record my videos. So hopefully I can continue that. But hopefully it can be on a more consistent schedule, because I do miss hanging out with you guys on a regular basis. And that is all for now. I hope you're all doing well. I hope that you started 2024 off right. I hope this year is a good year for you, even if 2024 started crappily for you. Hopefully it's just the worst of it, and that things continue to get better for you all. I am thinking of you all and sending my love. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for being with me on this journey. It really wouldn't be this fun without you guys.